Pinterest is a good place to start. Let's see if they have a playlist. Karaoke clips? Oh my, do they do karaoke? And apparently they've done 3 reactions. Interesting. Oh wow, they have 22 videos. So much for me thinking they had less for us to look at. And yeah, their channel actually has a huge number of subscribers, 1.3 million. So they're about the size of The Warning, but I have never heard anything from them that I know. Let's go back in time a little bit. That's a lyric video. We're not going to look at lyric videos. Well, that's going to cut things down. It says I've looked at this one. Oh, I think that plays when you start their page. That's why it says that. Or it did when I first pulled this up. And I think this 1 year ago video is the oldest thing here. Which is, if they have actually developed most of their popularity in the last, like, year, that is some crazy ass growth. And you know me, I prefer to look at these as much as I can in chronological order to get a sense of how they might have changed over time. So that's what I'm going to try to piece together. That's just going to be hard because there's no particular order. All right, I think I've at least come close to that. So let's take a look.
Zamansızlık ilk başta sandım hep iyi kalacağız yetmiyor hiçbir
Okay, so for starters, girls group. I love that. Also, very dance style in their music, at least so far. Now, a band can play more than one type of music, obviously, but this is very much structured as a dance song and actually feels like a late 90s, early 2000s dance song so far. Which is not exactly a surprise because I don't think they're singing in English. Unless I just somehow don't understand what they're saying. Do they actually, like, suggest? No. Obviously, none of this is actually listed. I mean, listen on Spotify is in English. But whatever the first, I'm assuming Turkish because that looks like a spelling of Turkey. So I'm guessing they're Turkish acts. See, I don't even look this stuff up before, taking a look at a group. For a non-English act to get 1,200,000 subscribers in a year is also kind of insane. I mean, The Warning has done that, but that's over like 10 years. So, yeah, crazy. Crazy. Anyways, let's get back to it.
Hissettirmiyorsan boşa dökülen yaşlar artık üzülmem asla. Hoşsun başkasını bulursun kafana takma. Sabrettim tuttum kendimi gitmemek için. Üzmek istemem inan seni. Ama kaybettim ısrarla saklasan da gerçeği. Her temasında mesafeli. Her şey güzel de geçmiyor geçmişin izleri. Uykumdan eder soğukluğun yanım kabullenir. Bakarsan gözlerime dikkat düşme en derine. Söyle severler mi benim gibi? Zamansızlık ilk başta sandım hep iyi kalacağız. Yetmiyor hiçbir iltifat hissettirmiyorsan boşa dökülen yaşlar artık üzülmem asla. Hoşsun başkasını bulursun kafana takma. Yanında kayboldum aklım çok karışık. Bulurum yolumu alıştım. Sabrımı çoktandır aşmıştın hala. Konuşma bitsin en başından. Artık düşsene yakamdan. Güm güm atsa da hatırına şu kalbim ağlatır bir anda. Her şey güzel de geçmiyor geçmişin izleri. Uykumda ne der soğukluğun yanım kabullenir. Bakarsan gözlerime dikkat düşme en derine. Söyle severler mi benim gibi? Zamansızlık ilk başta sandım hep iyi kalacağız. Yetmiyor hiçbir iltifat hissettirmiyorsan boşa dökülen yaşlar artık üzülmem asla. Hoşsun başkasını bulursun kafana takma.
Okay. Okay. I should have made some more commentary in there, but I was just enjoying it. To me, it feels like super retro. Because, like I already said, it's got that 90s, early 2000s dance music feel to it. And a lot of like early 2000s girl group feel to it. I also did look them up, and don't ask me which one is which, but I now have names for all of them, and I know that they are, in fact, a Turkish girl group. And apparently, they're known for doing a mix of pop, dance, and R&B. So, that's pretty much what I'm now expecting. Though, also, kind of like the info block I pulled up suggests, they do a lot of K-pop choreography, which I was going to bring up anyways about this. But knowing that that's actually a characteristic for them, yeah. Which, I mean, the dancing choreography is exactly what I would expect from like K-pop. And I wish girl groups could be less produced. Like I have some very classic girl groups that are part of my growing up experience, like Kitty, but that is a wildly different group. And, they got together because they wanted to, and not because some group put them, and when I say group, I mean like a company put them together because they thought they'd be interesting. And that's really where you know, me saying that I wish they wouldn't be so produced comes in. I'd like a lot more girl groups where, girls get together and go, we could create some cool, awesome music. That is how I wish girl groups would get formed. But most of the time, it's a bunch of men getting around a table in a room somewhere going, we should get a bunch of like early 20s, late teens girls together, that are all super attractive and have enough musical talent to do what we want them to do, which is appeal to male viewers, usually. I mean, we looked at that Ukrainian act, which I'm totally blanking on the name of. I'm so sorry. Which was also a girls' group. And they got together partly for that reason, but they've stuck together way after most of the production staff aren't really involved basically anymore. So they're kind of a mix, some sort of hybrid between the two at this point. Which is interesting. Definitely interesting. I'm not sure a better way to put that. Man, they have like a lot of credits on this. Because, this is where they start clapping. This is obviously the end of the video. So the next 21 seconds is credits. Not that I mind. I am the type that is glad they're crediting every person that worked on this music video. But I wish actually that was the standard. But yeah, I don't usually see that. So it's also something that I want to comment on when I do see it. Anyways, let's keep going. I want to hear what else they have. Even if I don't understand what they're saying, because I do not speak Turkish.
Sana alkış yok anca finger snap. No thanks. Güzel outfit yakışıyorduk.
Oh, now they're more K-pop
Ettik sana
with
yakışını
the rap
yaptım. Giderek buna
influences.
şaşırdım sandım. Geleceğinden parlak lipstick sürdüm.
By the way, I should mention this because I talked about K-pop multiple times and structurally how I assume that plays out. At least for the last couple of decades, K-pop as like a distinguishing characteristic with like J-pop or C-pop has a lot of rap elements. It's actually kind of hard to rap in like Japanese. So, there have definitely been what I would tend to call like K-pop style artists among like J-pop or what usually we would call J-rap. And they've had some definite success. I remember some of those classic acts, that were doing like music for Naruto and a bunch of other anime series. Even like in the early days, like early 2000s, 90s. But yeah, we got some definite J-rap in there. But like when Korea decided to meld pop music and rap together, that's really what created K-pop as we know it today. K-pop felt very much like, Chinese pop music or Japanese pop music before that was really introduced. From my understanding. I am not an expert in that, This is just my understanding of how, like, that formed. And all of, like, the modern, uh, like, K-pop artists I know of very much combine elements of dance, hip hop, R&B, and rock. And I don't really think you can pull any of those out. Yeah. I mean, I literally just looked up the official definition of what makes K-pop, and it says the hybridization and melodic content are what makes K-pop. So, yes, the fact that they merge genres is key to being K-pop. So, this feels like K-pop because, again, we're mixing genres. That is, you know, the the core of being K-pop. So, this makes total sense as feeling like K-pop. And I think it's even safe to say they're styled very much in that, like, spirit. I know since they're not from Korea, no one is probably ever going to say that they're a K-pop group, but they definitely have that style and feel.
Yanıma renk renk çiçeklerle gelsen de telefonun arka planında gezsem de olmaz. Yok böyle paylaş hiçbiri kesmez. Bir zamanlar sen yeterli şimdi hiçbir şey yetmez. Ortada mı kaldın pardon. Üzülmüş gibi rollendim bravo sana. Çoktan unuttum sildim her yerden. Sakın deneme kaçma kovalama. Senin gibisini çok çok çok gördüm affedemem hayır. Sesin gelmiyor hiç yok yok yok bye bye. Kaçma kovalama.
Also, I have to say, I love. Now I know this is not a real concert, but I love how what are presumably fans of theirs are not just guys. That's a problem with a lot of, like, K-pop and J-pop, which is a lot of their fan base tends to be male, like excessively so. It is nice to see. I mean, I know this, especially in K-pop, varies a bit. Like Idol has a lot of female fans because they're very sapphic in their songs. We've talked about Idol many a time. I have done multiple videos on Idol before. Um, they're one of my favorites among K-pop groups. Not that I have issues with any K-pop artists that I know of. The only ones I don't listen to really are the guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a wrong audience for most of you. But yeah, I like the mix of apparent fans. Though this guy stands out. Like he looks like he was, out to, like, go to the track or something. And by that I mean horse racing, check. The shades with, like, what do they call that? I know there's a specific name for that type of, like, jacket. It's a very thin jacket, but yeah. And with, like, the polo style pants. Yeah. Yeah. Gives me that I'm going to the track vibe. I'm sorry. He stands out because he's right in the middle of them. So he's very noticeable. This guy's kind of fashionable over here. And, this guy's very relaxed. So is this guy over here. And this guy just stands out. Like, I'm a criminal, is how he feels. That's the vibe I get from him. He's doing something shady, basically, is how it feels by his dress. I'm sorry. That's just how it seems. Anyways, I'll get back to the music. We'll stop dunking on that guy, okay?
Senin gibisini çok çok çok gördüm, affedemem hayır. Sesin gelmiyor hiç, yok bye bye. Sana alkış yok, anca finger snap snap snap snap snap.
I mean, a little bit of English.
Ortada mı kaldın pardon, üzülmüş gibi rollendim, bravo sana. Çoktan unuttum, sildim her yerden. Sakın deneme, kaçmak kovalamam. Senin gibisini çok çok çok gördüm, affedemem hayır. Sesin gelmiyor hiç, yok bye bye. Kaçmak kovalamam. Senin gibisini çok çok çok gördüm, affedemem hayır. Sesin gelmiyor hiç, yok bye bye.
They had a lot of fun. At least they certainly look like it. I think that's all I really have to say. I like that they have a lot of fun when they're doing these. I prefer that to bands that look like they're not having any fun. I mean, who really wants to see a band that is just there? Anyways, let's keep going.
Alışır kalbim sensiz yazlara, seni istemeye artık son verdim. Seni mi geceleri arıyor, olmuyor. Aşkı bensiz arıyor, seni mi?
I mean, if you've ever seen K-pop, how can you say this is not K-pop? I mean, other than referring back to the fact that it's in Turkish and not Korean. But otherwise, this is totally K-pop. I mean, come on.
Geceleri arıyor, olmuyor. Aşkı bensiz arıyor. Göremezsen, bizi sevemezsen, ara aşkım gece ya da erken. Yine of diledi benden, tam olduk biz derken, kopamaz hislerden. Alışır kalbim sensiz yazlara, seni istemeye artık son verdim. Seni mi geceleri arıyor, olmuyor. Aşkı bensiz arıyor, seni mi geceleri arıyor, olmuyor. Aşkı bensiz arıyor. Hep istedin aklına gelmeyeyim, onlar biri bense bir taneyim. Bütün hisleri ben sana verdim, neden aşkımı yerlere serdin? Arasan da artık dönmem, yalan ettiğin her şeyi dinlen. Gözün arkada kalmasın lütfen, içsen de ben yere düşmem. Artık son verdim. Seni mi geceleri arıyor, olmuyor. Aşkı bensiz arıyor, seni mi geceleri arıyor, olmuyor. Aşkı bensiz arıyor.
I mean, what do you say? What do you really say? If I understood the language, I could talk about the lyrics. But I don't know the language at all near enough to be able to tell what they're talking about. I'm sure I could probably look up the lyrics and then just translate those and get a sense of at least, the concept. I get definite hints because the visuals can give you some clues. But, I can't really talk about the lyrics without knowing what the lyrics are. Um, but yeah, this is totally a K-pop group. I mean, they have members who are more specialized on specific singing techniques, and they combine them into a band together so that each of them can have the spotlight at certain times to show off their area of expertise. And all the girls have to have the petite dancer figure because they also all have to be amazing dancers, which is exactly what they do with K-pop. Literally, some Turkish company basically went, we want K-pop here in Turkey. Let's make Turkish K-pop. Because that's what this is. I kind of wonder. Yeah, they do have lyrics. So I could probably just translate them. Uh, sure. Give me a translation. Yeah, I was guessing this was a love song, and this certainly sounds like it. My heart grows accustomed to summers without you, to wanting you to finally put an end to it. Well, I mean, it's not a conventional love song, clearly. My skin searches for you at night. It searches for love without me. If you can't see us, you can't love us. Call me my love, night or day. Yeah, and then it basically repeats. But yeah, it's not exactly a love song, but it is a love song. I don't know a better way of saying that. By the way, I'm curious about this, so I'm gonna pull this up even though we're not looking at it right now. Wow. For a song with a supposed 100 artists, it's only 9 minutes long. Anyways, next song. Next song.
İstese aşkına köle olurum. Tek sözüne kendimi avuturum. Ama yok inatla dönüyoruz en başına. En başına. Hiç elimde yok, hiç elimde yok bir çare. Kaçamam olmuyor, bu kalp yerinde durmuyor. Sardın mı en başa, düşmem o tuzağa. İstiyorum ol Bonnie McKnight, kaçalım bu yaktı beni ya. Söndürsene o zaman, düştüm yoluna.
Oh, so I have a little note from uh, the blurb that I pulled up on them, but I hadn't read because I hadn't read down that far. But as I was listening, I figured I'd, take a look. And apparently, in September last year, uh, the Turkish police decided to charge them with indecent and immoral acts and exhibitionism. And they eventually pled guilty to a dance performance that was deemed harmful to public morals, decency, and modesty. And in fact, they imprisoned the girls for 3 months. Well, they were sentenced to 3 months. And then they apparently banned them from leaving the country. It's definitely weird. But I felt required to talk about that. I mean, that seems kind of big. And if it were me, I would be fleeing that country super quick. Like, you know, maybe sneaking across the border quick. Because I wouldn't want to live there.
Bu beni şimdi orada sorma ne haldeyim biter mi korkma işte burada kalbimin tek sevdiği Şimdi demiyorsun bana yok muydu başka numara çalıyor açamam ama olmuyor ne uydursam da İçim ürperiyor beni deli ediyor sarmıyor hissi kavramıyor neresinden tutsam bu aşkı her türlü sınıfta kalıyor Hiç elimde yok, hiç elimde yok bir çare Kaçamam olmuyor, bu kalp yerinde durmuyor Sardın mı en başa, düşmem o tuzağa İstiyorum ol Bonnie McLean kaçalım Aşkın yaktı beni ya, söndür seni o zaman Düştüm yoluna, bul beni şimdi orada Sorma ne haldeyim, biter mi korkma İşte burada kalbimin tek sahibi Söndürsene o zaman Düştüm yoluna Bul beni şimdi orada Sorma ne haldeyim Biter mi korkma İşte burada kalbimin tek sahibi
All right. And I had to check. This would have been right before that concert. It is crazy that they've kept releasing videos while all these legal proceedings were going on. I kind of have to wonder how that affected their music. I mean, that is a lot of stress, okay? They were looking at least 3 months in prison, which I still think is crazy, by the way. Yeah, I think this would have been the last video before. I'll play a little bit of it just to get a sense of what this one is. But I think I want to move on to the ones after the craziness. Though this got 30 million views. All right. All right. I might play the whole thing just because sometimes I
Bu
forget that Turkey
hikaye
is right
sonu
along the
kötü
Mediterranean.
bitecekse niye koştun peşimden hep karşıma çıkıp çeldin aklımı. Tüm suç bende, sakın yine geri dönme. Aşktan fazla ayrılıklar birikti sayende. Yapma mutluymuş gibi, hiç tutma ellerimi. İnadından kaybettiğimi çok geç öğrendim. Kalbimde yara izi, korkma pişman değilim. Öğrettin bazı aşklar üzülmeden bitmezmiş. Yaşanacaksa yaşanacak, ayrılıklar, mutsuzluklar. Ölüm yok ya bunun sonunda, tüm acılar bir yere kadar. Yaşanacaksa yaşanacak, ayrılıklar, mutsuzluklar. Ölüm yok ya bunun sonunda, tüm acılar bir yere kadar.
Okay, I forget the name of the song or the artist. But this really reminds me of another artist. And it's not K-pop in its structure for this one. I mean, obviously, a K-pop group could do this song, but, well, one that speaks Turkish, but, because one did, obviously, but the structure is a lot more, how do I want to put it? There's like a Mediterranean sort of folk, which is also something that has influenced a lot of Caribbean and upper South American music. So it reminds me a little bit of like reggae and a lot of other styles that were influenced from the same roots. But yeah, it's definitely a departure from their more K-pop sounds. And I definitely like it as a vibe. It's just fun, which is ultimately what we want in music. I mean, if you're not listening to music to have fun, why are you listening to it? So, just my take, but let's let him finish.
Haklısın boş ver, her zaman yaptığın gibi. Bana da boş ver, unut gitsin. Sevgiden korkmaya devam et. Haklısın boş ver, her zaman yaptığın gibi. Bana da boş ver, unut gitsin. Sevgiden kaçmaya devam et. Nasıl bakıyormuşum o haline, şimdi özlüyorum eski günleri. Gözlerini ayırmadan bak bir kez, söyle kaç kere kalp severmiş. Neyse geçer, bunları da atlatırız. Yerime kimi koysan yine olamadı. Ben gibi sana katlanan biri çıkmadı. Yapma mutluymuş gibi, hiç tutma ellerimi. İnadından kaybettiğimi çok geç öğrendim. Kalbimde yara izi, korkma pişman değilim. Öğrettin bazı aşklar üzülmeden bitmezmiş. Yaşanacaksa yaşanacak, ayrılıklar, mutsuzluklar. Ölüm yok ya bunun sonunda, tüm acılar bir yere kadar. Yaşanacaksa yaşanacak, ayrılıklar, mutsuzluklar. Ölüm yok ya bunun sonunda, tüm acılar bir yere kadar.
Maybe the group that I'm thinking of was maybe the Spice Girls that made a very similar sounding song. Because I've been thinking about who musically this reminds me of. And I'd swear it was like the Spice Girls. That feels like it's right. I haven't listened to the Spice Girls since like the early 2000s, maybe. So I could be wrong, but that's who I think it's reminding me of. I know it was a girl group that did the song that this reminds me of. And I'm almost positive that it was the Spice Girls. Don't ask me what Spice Girls song. I would not be able to tell you. But that is sort of the vibe I get from it. And it's definitely different from their other songs. So far, at least. I mean, we haven't seen them all. But wow. Yeah, 30 million views. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Okay, this would have definitely been at the beginning of their legal issues, so. Is this a collab with Disney?
Sensiz bak ne mutluydum. Yapamıyorum çok zor. Bıraktım senin gibi. Geri gelme son bulsun. Tekrar bak istersen nasıl mutlu olacaksan ol yeter. Sessizce kaybol uzaklaş biz.
Okay. Now, they've been doing a very K-pop style up until this point. But this is the most, like, rock style pop song that I've heard from them yet. So that's a very different feel. I kind of want to know how they do on this, just because.
Çoktan göklerde yoksun, hayallerin hep senin olsun. Gözlerine hakim ol, hala ister gibi bakıyorsun. Artık yoksun, hayallerin hep senin olsun. Gözlerine hakim ol, hala ister gibi bakıyorsun. Rüyasında beni arıyormuş, güçlüyüz ve bunu biliyorsun. Sen vazgeçtin bizden, tek sen kaybettin cidden. Rüyasında beni arıyormuş, güçlüyüz ve bunu biliyorsun. Sen vazgeçtin bizden, tek sen kaybettin cidden. İstedim seni yanımda, başlarda artık hiç önemi yok. Bakıyorum da zor olmuş unutmak, yüzümü görmem bile zor. Tekrar bak istersen, nasıl mutlu olacaksan ol yeter. Sessizce kaybol uzaklaş, biz çoktan göklerde yoksun. Hayallerin hep senin olsun. Gözlerine hakim ol, hala ister gibi bakıyorsun. Artık yoksun, hayallerin hep senin olsun. Gözlerine hakim ol, hala ister gibi bakıyorsun. Rüyasında beni arıyormuş, güçlüyüz ve bunu biliyorsun. Sen vazgeçtin bizden, tek sen kaybettin cidden. Rüyasında beni arıyormuş, güçlüyüz ve bunu biliyorsun. Sen vazgeçtin bizden, tek sen kaybettin cidden. Tek sen kaybettin cidden. Güçlüyüz ve bunu biliyorsun. Sen vazgeçtin bizden. Tek sen kaybettin cidden. Rüyasında beni arıyormuş. Güçlüyüz ve bunu biliyorsun. Sen vazgeçtin bizden. Tek sen kaybettin cidden.
Okay, that was cute. It's not serious rock, but that's fine. That's totally fine. Come on. Man, and I am sometimes so sad that I missed out from just being a few years too old to like have seen like Wix Club as a kid. Because I have seen so much stuff about it in like the last decade because the people that grew up watching it are adults and now making content. And they do so talking about it because it was important to them when they were little. So it makes me a bit sad that I missed out on that. I know sort of the core concepts. They made like an IRL version. Don't ask me what the name was. I don't recall, but I did watch that a little bit. Just a little. Just a little. So, yeah. Man. Totally sidetracked by the whole Wix influence. And they didn't even like half it, where they just do it like an ad. Yeah, I mean, they even hashtag it. Yeah, see, this woman here understands, um, because the the reason they got into trouble in the first place is that the government said their audience were children. And she's like, yeah, this song might be about something from when we were kids, but I'm a 30-year-old woman with a master's degree in mechanical engineering in Germany, and she grew up on the Winx Club. The current generation doesn't know who they are. Yeah, their target audience has definitely never been kids. But this song apparently had a lot to do with their legal troubles. Anyways, I can see why that one comment. Yeah, that one comment has 18,000 likes. Deserved. By the way, that song has also had 31 million views. Topping the last one. Do you understand how much nostalgia that implies? Anyways, by the way, this is definitely after their legal troubles. When it would have, like, still been in court, so.
Sanıyor ki herkes ona hayran. Aynada kendine hodri meydan.
Okay, just to start, they're leaning way more into hip hop on this one. Though that doesn't mean it's not a K-pop style. We'll see.
Ama bu sefer nakat, hisler yalan. Yine yazmış kendine rol falan. Hiç acıman yok mu kendine? Sus benimle. Kafamın içinde böyle oynuyor sanki hislerimle. Hep aynı show, hep aynı dans. Gördün mü filmin son defa? Sana bu gidişle kimse kanmaz kopya sözlerinle. Zorla mı buydu sonra var? Sen önce boş laf anla. Dur, sıkılmadım reddetmekten. Seni çok üzdüysem devam edeceğim. Yine bozdum oyunu. Yokmuş rakiplerin, hiç yokmuş yanlışların. O aşk sandıkların gülmeden zor duruyor. Ama bu sefer nakavt, hisler yalan. Yine yazmış kendine rol falan. Hiç acıman yok mu kendine? Sus ve dinle. Kafanın içinde böyle oynuyor sanki hislerimle. Hep aynı show, hep aynı dans. Gördün mü filmin son defa? Sana bu gidişle kimse kanmaz kopya sözlerinle. Zorlama buydu son rövanş. Sen anca boş laf anla. Taktik, maktik, işlemez yok. Başta inandım, bir kere yandım çok. İstedim ben, istemedim değil. Kalbimin ortası tutu buz yenidi. Kurdun tuzaklar, düştün inatla. Yenildin bana amatör. Kafamın içinde oynuyor sanki hislerimle. Hep aynı show, hep aynı dans. Gördün mü filmi son defa? Sana bu gidişle kimse kanmaz kopya sözlerinle. Zorlama buydu sonra var. Sen önce boş laf anla.
I like the cool poses again. Anyways, musically, what I haven't commented much during this one because I've been trying to remember the song this reminds me of. And I know it's a G Idol song, or Idol. I always want to put the G in. I'm used to that. Sorry. But it really reminds me of one of the songs that Idol did. And I'm totally blanking on the name of the song. I know I could probably find it, but I can't remember what the name of it is. All right, let's keep going on. I mean, this is, by the way, definitely a K-pop song. It's a more hip hop / rap focused K-pop song, but definitely a K-pop song. Which is why I was thinking about Idol the whole time I was listening to this. I totally forget the name of that song, but man, I wish I could remember. I think it's the beats that reminds me a lot of their song. So maybe the theme too. They've done some very, like, thematically similar songs. Anyways, let's keep going. They're in a very wait. Did I put this one up twice? I think I did. Now, the comments are different, but that might just be YouTube. Sure seems like this might be the same. So I'm going to go into this. All right. By the way, this one is from not even quite a month ago. yeah, we have like 3 days until it's been a month. So, this is definitely recent.
Ben bu anı yaşayıp gördüm. Kalbim deliye döndü. Artık tutamam içimde. Dünya tersine dönse bile kıvılcım alev alır doğar küllerinden. Cesur adımlarım herkesin elinde. Korku yok çıkan sesimde. Dert değil düşmek, deneme vazgeçirmeye. Titrese bile omuzlarım durma. Kaybolduğum anda onlar hep yanımda. Aldım rüzgarı ardıma bakmam asla. Bir hayalle geldik biz bugünlere. Artık korkmak kaçmak yok bundan böyle. Bizimle gel sen de. Kır zincirleri düşünme. Fark edersin başrol sensin bu filmde. Vazgeçme. Bir hayalle geldik biz bugünlere. Artık korkmak kaçmak yok bundan böyle. Bizimle gel sen de. Kır zincirleri düşünme. Fark edersin başrol sensin bu filmde. Vazgeçme. Herhangi bir akşamdı çıkasım vardı yokuşlardan. Kamera ve şöhrete aldırmam. Hedefim çok daha yolum var. Deniyorum 7-24 peşindeyim. Gecemi sabah eden gençliğime yemin ederim. Ama güldüğüme buz kadar sert durabilirim. Kovalama benim gibisini göremedin hiç. Dert değil düşmek, deneme vazgeçirmeye. Titrese bile omuzlarım durma. Kaybolduğum anda.
Okay. I need to make comments on this, and I've not been doing enough of that for this one. So, I gotta say that this is a style of K-pop. I mean, the whole studio video is very much also a K-pop thing. There are certain K-pop groups that are sort of known for their studio recordings, which are structurally lit and shot just like this. By the way, if I suddenly like squish down in size, sorry, that's me gesturing with my hands and getting in the way of the camera. But yeah, they have. So one of the big things for those style songs, the videos, it when they do it live, if they ever do it live, it will probably have choreography with it. But the big thing about the studio ones is that there's not the choreographed dancing like there is in the other ones, which for these girls is super important since they were literally just, indicted on being against morality, something. Trumped up, guys can't handle women actually having sexual power of their own, basically. I mean, let's be honest, that's totally what that is. But yeah, it gets them out and away from the more dangerous aspects of what they do in a K-pop performance. They're still taking that playbook, and they're just using different parts of it. The song itself, very good too. Most studio songs, like you see here for K-pop, are also going to have a lot more melodic lyrics is probably a good way to put it. A little less of a focus on the rap style and more on the melodic, almost, I guess you would say, traditional sort of singing, but still using the same sort of beats. Anyways, let's get back to it.
kaçmak yok bundan böyle. Bizimle gelsen de kır zincirleri düşünme. Fark edersin başrol sensin bu filmde. Vazgeçme. Bir hayalle geldik biz bugünlere. Artık korkmak kaçmak yok bundan böyle. Bizimle gelsen de kır zincirleri düşünme. Fark edersin başrol sensin bu filmde. Vazgeçme. Zor geldi belki başta, savaştım şeytanlarla. En çok da zamanla tam kaybetmişken sizi buldum çıktık dipten. Zuma yüklenmişken hayat üzmedi ilk defa. Bir hayalle geldik biz bugünlere. Artık korkmak kaçmak yok bundan böyle. Bizimle gelsen de kır zincirleri düşünme. Fark edersin başrol sensin bu filmde. Vazgeçme.
Okay, that is adorable. I love that scene. I have no idea what they were saying, but didn't matter. Didn't matter. All right. These are clearly the lyrics, and I want to know what the lyrics have been. These are some long ass. Oh, they're translated down here. Okay. Here I am trying to find the ends, and I'm like, wait, this is in English. All right. It's suggesting to me that it's basically a comeback song. It's all about finding your way, catching the spark to be reborn from the ashes. Falling is no big deal. I like the messaging. And it's already gotten 13 million views in like a month. That is just so insane. And yeah, I agree with this person here. As they put it, I don't know if it's because the lyrics are written by girls, but in the end, it's truly a masterpiece that doesn't refer to any ex-boyfriends and genuinely tells the story of any girl's efforts, dreams, and achievements. Even translated, I can't understand that comment. But yeah, this one, as I said, leans away from the rap sort of hip hop parts of their music a bit and more into the more heavily lyrical and melodic singing elements, which I appreciate. I like plenty of rap, but I like that there's a mixture in their songs. All right. I think that's all I have to say about Manifest. I like that they do all this other stuff on their channel. It's sort of kind of like what The Warning gives us with, like, you know, album videos and karaoke clips and live broadcasts, even vlogs. But it also has a lot of like K-pop elements where, they do the dances. I mean, they have two different sets of dance videos for these. Even dance practices. So they've split up the dance videos into 3 sections. Official, what I think is a more playful one, their practice sessions is it's quite are these live performances? I kind of have to see at least one of those. So we're going to take a little quick look. Don't mind me. None of them are recent, though, which makes total sense. Let's go with this little clip. I just want to see if that's the one. I love the girls in the crowd screaming. Okay. I enjoyed that, but I kind of want to move on.